Welcome to the Best Startup Idea Ever podcast, where unique ideas can become future trends. In today's episode, we'll explore 3 fascinating business models: an app that turns spare change into cryptocurrency, a dating platform known as the Anti-Tinder, and a small metal capsule that keeps your coffee at the perfect drinking temperature. 3 ideas, 3 completely different directions, but they all share one thing: creativity and the ability to turn everyday needs into breakthrough business opportunities. Story 1. What if your spare change could turn into cryptocurrency? That's the question that CoinOut set out to answer, and the result is a smart, forward-thinking app that's helping people rethink how they use their everyday money. CoinOut is a digital wallet app with a unique twist. Instead of focusing only on online payments or traditional cashback rewards, CoinOut helps users turn leftover cash from everyday purchases into cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Here's how it works. When users make a purchase with cash, they can scan their receipts using the app. CoinOut then collects small amounts of leftover change and converts it into crypto. It's a simple, automatic process, and that's what makes it so powerful. For users who are new to cryptocurrency or want to try it without spending big money, CoinOut offers an easy and low-risk way to start. CoinOut was introduced to a wider audience when it appeared on Shark Tank. The investors were interested not only because of the app's clever idea, but also because of its practical value in today's digital economy. While other apps in the market, like Bundle, focused on rounding up digital purchases, CoinOut stood out by offering cash-based conversion, which made it more accessible for everyday people who still use cash. This makes CoinOut especially interesting in a world where many people still rely on cash for daily transactions. While the world is going digital, there's still a gap between traditional cash habits and modern financial tools. CoinOut is bridging that gap, offering a way to combine the old and the new in a seamless experience. And while we don't have exact numbers about their revenue, the app's long-term presence and continued development show that it's holding its own in a competitive fintech space. So, what can we learn from CoinOut's story? First, innovation doesn't always mean inventing something brand new. Sometimes, it means looking at existing behaviors, like using cash, and finding a smart way to connect them with new trends, like cryptocurrency. Second, accessibility matters. While many crypto apps are made for experienced users or investors, CoinOut made it easy and low pressure. That helped them reach a wider audience, including people who may have never thought of investing in crypto before. Third, and perhaps most importantly, CoinOut shows us the value of thinking practically. Big ideas are great, but the most successful startups often begin with one simple question: how can we make people's lives easier? CoinOut answered that question by making it easy to manage money, save change, and build a digital future, one small step at a time. In a world full of high-tech financial apps, CoinOut reminds us that sometimes the best ideas are the ones that meet people where they are, and gently guide them into something new. Story 2. Let's face it, dating apps are everywhere. Swipe left, swipe right, match, unmatch. It's fast, it's easy, and sometimes it feels meaningless. That's exactly the problem 3 sisters, Sue, Dawoon, and Aram Kang, set out to solve when they launched Coffee Meets Bagel back in 2012. Instead of building just another dating app, they wanted to build a better one. Something slower, more thoughtful, and focused on real relationships, not quick likes. That's how Coffee Meets Bagel was born, an app that's often called the Anti-Tinder. So, how does it work? The app gives users just a few curated matches per day, rather than endless scrolling. These matches, called bagels, are carefully selected using a smart algorithm that considers each user's preferences, behavior, and answers to personal questions. At noon each day, users get a new set of matches, making the whole experience feel more intentional and less overwhelming. Profiles are simple but meaningful. You upload photos, fill out some basic information, and answer thoughtful questions. When you like someone, you can use beans, a kind of in-app currency, to connect and chat. Users can earn or buy beans, and there are two membership plans, Mini and Premium. Both offer helpful features like activity reports and unlimited likes, but Premium gives you even more flexibility and access. The app is free to download, but the business model is built around these microtransactions and memberships, and it's been successful. Now here's the part of the story that turned heads. When the founders appeared on Shark Tank, they were offered $30 million to sell the app. That's one of the biggest offers in the show's history. But they said no. Why? Because they believed in their mission. They weren't just trying to build a dating app, they were trying to change the way people date. They didn't want to cash out quickly. They wanted to build something meaningful, just like the relationships their app was designed to create. And their bet paid off. By 2017, Coffee Meets Bagel was valued at around $600 million. It became one of the most respected brands in the dating app space, not by copying others, but by offering an alternative that focused on depth, not speed. So what's the lesson here for aspiring entrepreneurs? First, know your why. Coffee Meets Bagel wasn't built just to make money. It was built with a purpose, to create more meaningful human connections. That clear mission helped them make bold decisions, like turning down a massive investment. Second, different is powerful. In a world full of fast swipes and casual dating, they stood out by doing the opposite. They slowed things down. They added thoughtfulness. And that difference became their biggest advantage. Third, success doesn't always mean saying yes. When you know your value, and the value of what you're building, sometimes the smartest move is to walk away from a big offer and keep growing on your own terms. Coffee Meets Bagel proves that with vision, courage, and a commitment to doing things differently, you can build a business that doesn't just succeed, it makes a lasting impact. Story 3. Have you ever burned your mouth sipping coffee that was just too hot? Or maybe, after waiting for it to cool down, it ended up too cold before you could enjoy it? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and it's exactly the problem that two inventors, Dave Petrillo and Dave Jackson, set out to solve. In 2011, they created a small but clever product called Coffee Jowlies, a set of stainless steel capsules that cool down your hot drink quickly and then keep it warm for hours. The secret? Inside each jowly is a special material that absorbs heat when your drink is too hot, and releases that heat back when the temperature drops, helping to maintain the perfect drinking temperature for as long as possible. It's simple. It's smart. And it feels like magic. When they introduced the idea on Kickstarter, it quickly caught attention. They raised over $300,000, proving that coffee lovers everywhere wanted a better way to enjoy their favorite drink. Soon after, in 2013, they pitched Coffee Jowlies on Shark Tank, and got all 5 sharks interested, a rare achievement on the show. The sharks had concerns, of course. They questioned the cost of production, the scalability, and the actual performance of the product. But the excitement around it was undeniable. The idea was unique, the story was compelling, and most importantly, it solved a real everyday problem. After the show, Coffee Jowlies became a hit. They sold hundreds of thousands of units, and at one point, they had to pause sales just to restock due to high demand. Customers loved the idea of having their coffee just the way they like it, not too hot, not too cold. But as time went on, things changed. By August 2023, the company was valued at around $5 million, a solid number for a niche product. However, their Facebook page disappeared, their website went offline, and today, the product is only available through a third-party site called Thread and Leather, often bundled with a coffee mug. So what can we learn from the story of Coffee Jowlies? First, it reminds us that innovation doesn't need to be complex. Sometimes, a small idea, like fixing the temperature of your coffee, can create a product with wide appeal. Second, even with a great product and early success, long-term growth requires strong execution. Production challenges, changing customer habits, and competition can all affect how a business survives over time. Third, it's a great example of how timing and visibility can help launch a product, but staying relevant requires constant adaptation. Coffee Jowlies had an exciting beginning, but their story shows us that a good idea is just the start. Sustaining a business takes more than just one great launch. In the end, Coffee Jowlies still lives on in the hands of customers who love their warm drinks just right. And for entrepreneurs, it leaves behind a valuable lesson: solve a real problem, build strong early momentum, but never stop evolving. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you find best idea ever stories inspiring or valuable lessons, please share them with your friends. Don't forget to follow the channel to continue exploring other bold startup journeys with me. See you in the next episode, where every idea, no matter where it comes from, can become the seed of a big dream.
Thank you for being here with me. You're incredible.